Hey, what's up, guys? We are back for another Play Pebble Beach challenge here. Play Pebble challenge. It's the ultimate challenge on Ultimate Golf. This is the event. This is a newer account that I started, and I just kind of wanted to go over some things with you guys. So first things first, I just wanted to show you guys, the resource that I'm going to be using here is the Guide to Ultimate Golf, and it's going to give you all the ring adjustment needs that you need to succeed on UG. Free to download. As you can see, I have it here, and we are going to use that as a layover in pop-up mode here on Android. We're just going to go back in here. Still taking a while to grab this download here. So this is just the tournament settings and whatnot. And we will grab this real quick, and then I will go in and show you guys how to get free extra rewards with the PLAYPEBBLE promo code. So before I jump in here, in fact, I should have did this before this just because it would have been easier to show you guys the rewards from the home section. So here is the home screen. So once you are at the home, we'll go right here, and we will go to the promo code button, and then we will press PLAYPEBBLE, not case sensitive. And this is going to bring you in some rewards. You won't have to use these during this round. This round is free to use. The balls are going to be the cash balls, the same ones in game. So it's a good opportunity for you guys to play not only the best clubs in the game, but also the one of the better balls in the game too, the Pebble Beach signature ball. So let's jump in here. We will go to our rounds. And that PLAYPEBBLE code is active now. So while this event is running, you guys can get those free rewards. And we're just going to jump in here and start our round. So this is fixed win, so everybody will have the same conditions. So the conditions that you see for me are going to be the same that you see for yourself. And we'll just be using this pebble ball. You don't have to have any of them. It's just part of the challenge here. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Oh, I made it. That's actually a very cool start. So you can see that I just kind of curled it around the tree, set it up towards the max club, and was able to get the hole-in-one right off the bat there. So a really cool start there. As you can see, we're able to get the hole-in-one, curling it around the tree. Like I mentioned, you guys will have the same wins. This guide is going to show you just kind of a walkthrough of how to play. And like I mentioned, this ball is the ball for everybody as well. So it's part of the Pebble Beach Challenge. So hopefully you guys can, get on here and play your attempts and be able to use some of this guide as just kind of a resource showing you guys how to navigate the course and how to play this game. It is a little bit different than Golf Clash. However, the best players that come over here, they're always Golf Clash based. This game, with the whole ring system, the best players over here, a lot of them started at Golf Clash. And just having that ring resource, the way that game was, it plays very similar on this game. So we are close to mid club here. So we're just going to do 1.3 wind, midish club, 1.56 rings. So we'll try to go 1.5, 1.6 rings here. You can see just a little bit of variance here with that wind. We're just going to go right here with that adjustment. See what that looks like. So it looks like it's coming in pretty good. Ooh, just over the edge of the cup. So right there on the edge of the cup. It's just going to be fine-tuning and tweaking. You guys can spend kind of as much time as you want dialing it in. I'm just going to kind of rush through this just to kind of post the results for you guys. And like I mentioned, you know, whether you're starting with a brand new account, you can see this is an amateur. You can download Ultimate Golf today and you can play this tournament as is, the exact same conditions that I'm playing, you know, just on a fresh install. That is part of the Ultimate Challenge. And since, you know, Golf Clash was posting Pebble, this has always been one of my favorite courses. And I just wanted to kind of just show you guys the ring adjustment for this, 1.7 for a 1.5. And we're just going to dial this up, put it up onto the cup, and then just kind of release on the timing there, and you'll see we're able to get the eagle. So we're off to a really solid start here with some good drop shots. We can definitely go for this one as well. This is going to be kind of a mid-ish club adjustment. So mid-ish club, 1.2 is 0.9. 0.9 rings. We'll just go right here, see what that looks like. It looks like we're able to get another hole-in-one. So you can see in this game, specifically when you get the wind smaller, it's relatively easy to get some stuff in the hole. We've already put, you know, 2 hole-in-ones in on par 4s. Gives you good opportunity. Let's see if we can keep that momentum going. See if we can't get this. Actually, I think this might be a wedge if I remember. See if we can keep this momentum going. This is a little bit tougher setup without a pin. So as you guys can see, there's no pins enabled on this event. Just kind of wanted to give free balls and just see if people could, you know, play through their rounds. It's a little unstable, a lot of these landing zones here. Let's see if we can find one that's a little bit more. This seems to be a little bit more stable. I don't know if it's perfect, but it seems reasonable here. So maybe we'll try here. 1.2 is saying right around 2.8 rings. Maybe we flip it over to this side. And if you guys didn't know, the Ultimate Golf, you know, it gives you plenty of time to set up your adjustments. You can kind of play at your own leisure. There's no turn-based, and there's no shot clock on the tournaments. But what you guys can see here is we're going to go this adjustment. And let's see what happens. I might have wanted to push that ball guide through just a little bit more, but let's see if it runs out. A little bit short. That's kind of what I was fearing, is it was going to kind of take the wind effect and kind of die, because anytime you have to always, just like Golf Clash, wind effect, wind direction, they're very critical on how your ball rolls out. And that's why a lot of times the Golf Clash players make the best Ultimate Golf players is just based on the fact that the mechanics, you know, they might seem very, very different, but the same concepts still apply, and similarly with the rings. So a lot of the best players over here did have a start on Golf Clash as well. It's just interesting to see both of the representations of this course. The way that the Ultimate Golf guys go about getting their course data is they send drones out to these courses, and so these are like basically live scans that get brought into the game. And as you can see, a lot of the special effects that come in with it are pretty neat, and it's definitely a very interesting game. It takes just a little bit of time to kind of figure out and get your bearings, but once you do, there's a lot of players over here who have had a lot of success just kind of transitioning. So 1.4 rings it's saying for a 1.0. So add a ring and a half. You can see a ball come in there. You can see they obviously didn't pay attention to my tutorial here, because they definitely shouldn't be right there. So this tournament, you guys should be able to be very aggressive with a lot of these shots. Oh, there it's stopping. So again, wind effect, straight into the wind. I probably should just push the ball guide through the hole. But I also know that there was a little bit of missing ball guide. So with that in mind, that's why I kind of was just a little bit lazy, but obviously should have pushed forward just a little bit stronger. As you can see, that ball just kind of abruptly came to a stop. And we'll see if we can make a correction on this one. This is probably, what, 70, 80%, somewhere in there. We'll just, we'll come at this a little bit differently. I expect that we'll probably get this one. And again, I'm going to probably start pushing through a little bit because of that wind effect. So you can see that I'm just going to kind of take that ball guide through, kind of with the anticipation that it's just going to kind of collapse down on its own. And I expect this one to definitely be very close, if not in. So 2.5 rings here. Oh, just brought it in just a little bit too quickly. I wanted to make sure it at least got there. There's no sense of stopping it short. And as you can see, I just probably pushed it through a little bit too much. That would have probably been good for like a 4 wind, but with only a 1, it only collapsed down just a little bit. So do keep that in mind. The stronger the wind, the more that you push through, similar to Golf Clash in that regard. And I'm just a little bit off on my bearings. But let's see what we can do on this one. It's just kind of like a little tiny adjustment. Just get this up here into position. See if we can give this one a run for its money. So a lot of good chances. This has always been one of my more favorite stretch of the course, 7, 8, 9. Of course, I remember these back in the Tiger Woods days. That was my first bout into playing Pebble Beach. It's always one of the more interesting courses. This would be one of the greatest courses to actually go to and play. Some of the pictures that you see are just like spectacular. Definitely one of the more iconic courses. I'm going to try to hit this with just a little bit of power. So we'll just go a little bit into power. And the reason I was trying to give it that top spin was to give it just a little bit more of a chance. And as you can see, I just needed just a little bit, especially with the power. Probably we should have went more like 2 rings instead of a 1.84 with the top spin and the power. Just need to kind of over adjust a little bit. A lot of times I'll go like an extra 10%, so something like this. But I wasn't really mentally there, just kind of rushing through this guide a little bit. But as you can see, a lot of good opportunities. You know, the success that you can have on this game is equal to the success that you can have on Golf Clash, especially once you learn the system. It's just a little bit different game to play. But I do like the special events that get put up, like this, for example, where they just kind of give you the gear and just say, you know, shoot the best that you can. These are good range of events. It just kind of keeps things a little bit more fresh. Here, this looks like probably about 90% club, give or take. See if I can get rid of this back hook with just a little bit of topspin. And as we mentioned, right around 90%, maybe just a hair more. 2.1 rings. Let's try that. And sure enough, right into the cup. So as you can see, lots of good opportunities, especially when you use the power balls on this game. So this is an 83% power ball. Definitely one of the better ones, but they release a lot of consistent, good power and good wind reduction balls. As you can see, 11% power. Just gives you that extra boost that you need to make playing. And as you can see what it'll do to those winds, just getting it down into the small 2, you know, even up into Tour Pro, this would be like a 3-point something wind. So you can really take advantage of that out on the course. Let's see if we can get some momentum here, get another good drop. This feels like about 80%. Of course, I have set up grids for all of this, but I'm just kind of rushing through this just to kind of get you guys the content. It should be relatively easy for you guys to put up good scores and potentially win. And we're going to do kind of a cooler, you know, bring it back type shot. Reminds me of the old Golf Clash days with like Thorn, for example, when we do something like this. But sometimes you can get even more backspin and no glitchy ball guides. I always, you know, especially with wind effect, I feel like it's a little bit easier to control some of that. So this is saying right around 2.3 rings. So we'll give that a go here. Maybe right in here. Just having a little, I don't know why I'm, it's like I feel that if I put it right on that spot, it's going to go in when the reality is I technically don't know. So I feel like I'm being a little bit too precise. I don't play nearly enough to be that dialed, but it is, you know, very enjoyable to kind of come on and play a lot of the matches over here. It's definitely a fun game, entertainment factor. And it's nice to not have to wait sometimes and just be able to kind of fire through your rounds. As you can see, that's kind of what we're doing here. We're just kind of breezing through. What is this, like 10, 12 minutes to play 9? So let's keep going on to the back 9 here. And like we mentioned, you know, these are fixed events, so you guys will have the exact same wins as me. So if you want to use my guide as kind of your starting point for strategy, and there you can see a little great ball off to the right. However, it probably went ultimate shot. That's the other thing, is all the special balls have the precision like feature that you see on Golf Clash, but they're just built into the natural cash balls. So it's like no favoritism towards which balls have precision boosts. They all do. So that's kind of another cool thing just about using the balls over here. And you'll also see that we're in kind of a no adjust zone here. Once you get up close to the green, you won't even have to play the wind. So you just kind of put the ball guide through the hole and just bring it into the hole just like I just did there. And I'll talk more about that on this side. There's probably a couple more close wedge shots that I can work through with you guys. This is kind of towards min club a little bit. Oh, that looks like it's backing up. I wonder if I can get behind the hole like this. Looks like we can. We're going to bring this back. Why not? Bring in the long iron back. So we'll do that. 1.2 is probably going to be 1.3 rings. We're just going to kind of guesstimate more than anything. So somewhere around there, plus wind effect, don't forget about that, but only with a 1 wind. Should be relatively small. Wind effect really starts to affect once you get to about maybe 3 miles per hour. And you can see I did over adjust. Oh, I forgot. We were min club, not max club. So I should have went 0.1 less. Remember, we were down here. So I over adjusted that one. But that ring app, you know, definitely Guide for Ultimate Golf is going to make your life a lot easier to just navigate these holes and these shots. And as you can see, long iron still has the opportunity to come back some. So this is the hole that I was mentioning. We'll probably be able to get up close to wedge range, a nice, easy wedge. So let's put our wedge on. There's this top spin model that I use. You can see it's this toggle down here, top spin. So when you toggle that on, it's easy for you to use a top spin like adjustment instead of, which will kind of factor in your wind effect. So that's kind of the difference between the two models. And then the other thing that you want to do is you just want to kind of zoom out. So anytime that your ball position is inside that white from the max out position, essentially it's a no adjust zone. So that's like the threshold where the wind starts to play. So here you can see you're outside that zone. So you know this is going to play somewhat. So it's not going to be a no adjust zone. And I can show you kind of where the no adjust zone resides in the tool. You can see it's somewhere down here around 22%. And you can see 21, 22%. So you can see that we're a little bit above that. So I'm going to go maybe like 0.25 rings. So very, very tiny adjustment. And I'm just going to do this out to the side so you can just see how little we're going to actually need to go for this. So you can see it's maybe just off the left edge. And this might even be an over adjust. It's very close. So let's see. Oh, it's not an over adjust. It's a slight under adjust. It was probably 0.3 rings spot up. Would have been perfect. The other thing I could have done is just had just a tad less speed on it. It would have been fine. So I didn't think it was coming in that fast, but apparently it was. And you can see just a little lip out because it was coming in just a little too fast. But we should have had that one, but no big deal. I expect, you know, especially in amateur, you know, most early players over here are just kind of getting their bearings. And if you did come from Golf Clash, it does take just a little bit to transition because the system, you can see I use a lot of backspin, but you can also see that the ball naturally doesn't quite, especially when you get towards these max club values, like it just doesn't roll out as much on this game as what a lot of players might be used to from like Golf Clash and whatnot. So the rollout effect is slightly different. So it just takes a little bit extra time to transition. But all in all, it's a really fun game to play. And hopefully you guys are, you know, finding it useful, this guide, and hopefully, you know, willing to give it a chance. Because it is fun to play with, you know, people that have been around for a long time. And so many of the players on Golf Clash do come over here, and it's fun seeing familiar faces. But here we're going to go right around 1.8. Oh, just off the edge. So just too much of an over adjust. We gave it a good run there. Another eagle. With the 1799, almost as close as you could put it without making it. We should easily get this one, so I'm not concerned about that. This is going to be in that no adjust zone that I was telling you, that white. So we'll get to show you guys a couple wedge shots, and that's the easiest way to get you on that, you know, early starting off transition. Is just kind of figuring out a lot of these cool tricks and tips. So we're going to go and put the top spin on. And again, like I mentioned, this is definitely going to be a no adjust, and I'll show you why. Because you can see that we're inside that white circle. So anything inside that white circle, you're just going to kind of set it. Even if the wind was like 10 miles per hour, it would still not play. It's basically the play where it's that point where the wind finally starts to take transition. Now, there is, you know, some elevation changes that could impact that slightly, but for the most part, you're going to see very consistent results. And there you can see we're able to get that one. Similarly, we're going to blast this one up here. We should be able to easily get this one as well. So just bend it around this tree. That way you don't accidentally clip it. And we'll just put that right in the middle of the cup there. Another easy eagle. On to 17 here. So as you can see, we're just kind of rolling along. And real fast to be able to shoot through these rounds. So we are going to just put this up right basically on the hole here. You can see it's right towards max club. We'll use probably 1.94 is probably pretty spot on for this one. It's probably somewhere right in here. ultimate shot. We already know this is going to be very, very close, just short of adjusting enough. You can see where I was probably 1.9. And that's just kind of me not playing with precision here. You can see I haven't been using my, real fine tuning. I do have some grids set up here if you guys haven't, played yet. I have these, that's the full range of Hive, for example. There's other stuff that I have in here. Ring divided into tenths. I probably should have been using that the whole time, so I probably would have adjusted that just a little bit more. So I'll basically just kind of size one ring into that span. I'll show you on this one, so we'll do it. So again, this will probably be another Rattler. Rattler's the club of choice. The short iron club for this round. As you can see from the front tees, a lot of the holes play pretty short. This is saying that it's 1.56 at max. Let's see where max is. So it's going to be very, very close to that 1.56 number. And we'll just try to be a little bit more precise on this one, and we'll just keep that ball guide just a hair short, as again with the tailwind it is going to stretch out just a little bit. And as you can see, this is very close to kind of this 95% zone, so right on 1.5. And what I was mentioning with my that ring divided into tenth is a lot of times I'll get the zoom, and you can see I'm doing it right now. I'm putting that last ring kind of right at that zone, which is a ring divided into tenths. Makes it a little bit easier for you to do a precision adjust. And let's just say that that's somewhere right in that zone there, the 1.54 number. 5.3, 5.4, whatever. Oh, so over the edge of the cup. It looks like it just missed popping on the edge there. And if it would have not went around the pin, it would have actually, if I would have adjusted just a little bit, slightly different pull angle, it would have ran into the pin, and there would have easily been a double eagle. But all in all, pretty successful round, minus 31. You can see a lot of these people coming in. It's not too bad to get through these rounds, especially with the guides. Once you figure out the system, very easy to adjust on this game. So hopefully you guys are finding this guide helpful. And let's just take a look at the rewards. You'll see some free stuff. So keep in mind, we didn't use any balls. And they're hooking you up with, a lot of clubs to get you started. Couple, trophy balls there. Some early starter balls for you guys to use. And then also the Pebble Ball Beach. They're giving all accounts basically one of the Pebble Beach balls just for kind of trying out this format and getting you guys hopefully inspired to play some Ultimate Golf. It is a lot of fun. There's a lot of good players over here and good communities. If you guys haven't found it, there's a Facebook group that's worth checking out as well. So the Ultimate Golf Facebook group, definitely worth checking out. There's other events here too, as you can see. This is a perfect example, Golf Grand Prix. And this is kind of an event where they'll give you the special balls and you can, the special clubs, and you can compete for rewards. This is a 5-person bracket, so you're only playing against 4 other people. And as you can see, you can win some good, this is a, win 0 ball for nice tailwind shots, dozen balls there, plus a lot of club progress as well from this format. So a lot of pins, a lot of good stuff coming in on these early tournaments and these Golf Grand Prix. They're fixed gear, so similar to what we just did. This is the max wedge, so that wedge, they'll set you up with a lot of wedge shots, and you just get to play with the wedge. So a lot of cool stuff like that. And if you guys haven't seen the side hustle feature, this is right on the home screen. This is like golf. This is like the checkpoint challenge feature. They have it right onto the home screen here. And as soon as you come in, you're going to see, a lot of checkpoint challenge type progress. So, down here you can win, some early clubs in this one. As you can see, so, some good driver progress, some good, long iron progress. And of course, some of these pebble pins and pebble balls are featured in this side hustle event as well. So why don't I'll just split this up, and I'll just run through this side hustle real quick just so you guys can see it as well. So I'll split these up. Good luck with your rounds. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Check out the Facebook group. And like I mentioned, with the Ring app, Guide for Ultimate Golf, this is a free to download, free to use. And as you can see, it makes adjusting that much easier. So best of luck with your rounds. Let me know how it goes. See you guys next time. Take care.